Hi, I'm Jessica Young. I'm going to present how to make chapstick, recipe, and instructions. So believe it or not, making chapstick is actually pretty easy. It takes less than an hour, and many of the ingredients you might already have on hand, or at least the equipment. If you don't have any of it, you can always order it on Amazon.com pretty inexpensively. So our ingredient list includes 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, 2 tablespoons of beeswax pellets, 2 tablespoons of shea butter, and 30 drops of essential oil. I decided to go with mint oil, but you can use whatever kind of essential oil you like. Our equipment list includes a double boiler, or in my case, a kitchen pot with a metal bowl over it, which also works, a heating element such as a stove top burner, a spatula and large spoon, a pipette, and empty chapstick tubes. So our first step is we're going to add an inch of water into our pot, and we're going to turn the heat on. We'll turn it on so that the water boils, and then once we get a boiling water, we can turn down the heat so that the water starts to simmer. We'll then add our metal bowl on top of this heated water. And what that will do is the steam from the water will heat the bowl in just such a way that it'll start to liquefy any solid ingredients that we add to that bowl. And those ingredients would include our beeswax, our shea butter, and our coconut oil. So we don't want to include our essential oils yet. We're going to wait until all of the ingredients have melted, and then we'll add the essential oil. So once our ingredients have melted together and they're blended, we can turn off the heat and remove the double boiler from the burner. Now we can add our 30 drops of essential oil and mix it really well. Our next step is to get all the chapstick tubes that are empty and line them up so they're pretty close together, so that when we go to fill those tubes, we can do it pretty quickly and easily without making a big mess. So here, we're going to take our pipette to the bowl with the melted mixture, and by squeezing the top of the pipette, we'll push all the air out of the pipette, and then before releasing the bulb of the pipette, we can put it into the melted mixture in the bowl. And what will happen is the pipette acts like a vacuum, and it will suck up all of the mixture, and then we can bring that over to our empty chapstick tubes and squeeze the bulb of the pipette so all the mixture comes out, and we start to fill up all of our tubes. And basically we'll just repeat this step until all of the tubes are filled. So just a quick tip, if you start to get little bubbles like I have in my chapsticks there, you can tap the chapstick container lightly against the counter, and that will help pop any of those bubbles or move them to the top of the surface where they will just disintegrate. So now we have to wait 2 hours for the mixture in those chapstick tubes to harden. And after 2 hours have gone by, and the chapstick starts to be solid, we can put the caps on those chapstick tubes. Additional step, you can add labels if you'd like. The next step is to store those chapsticks in a cool, dry place or give them away to friends. And then finally, some troubleshooting and tips. Keep in mind that if something happens with your chapstick, you can always remelt the solution and reuse it. You can recycle it essentially. And then also, if you want a thicker chapstick, you'll want to add more beeswax. So the more beeswax you add, the thicker the chapstick will be, and vice versa. The less beeswax you add, the thinner. So you can modify this recipe based on your preference. I'd like to thank you for watching my presentation. I did get this recipe from wellnessmama.com. She's got a lot of great recipes on her website, and you can check out her website there's a link to the specific article that I used as inspiration. Thanks!